Hello NEAR, welcome to Tutorial 3. In this tutorial, we will explore different queries that we can run against our DataHub node. More specifically, we will take a look at retrieving data about blockchain details, account details, gas price, and validator set. We will be building on top of the Node.js application created in Tutorial 1 and 2, so make sure to complete those before continuing. Now we can navigate to datahub.figment.io and scroll down after logging in to our NEAR protocol to Tutorial 3 and clicking Start. Tutorial 3. Query the NEAR blockchain. Learn how to pull information from the NEAR blockchain using DataHub. Oftentimes, you'll need to pull information about the blockchain and its state, such as node information, most recent synced block, validator set status, account balances, and transaction details. Let's see how this can be done by using DataHub to connect to a NEAR node. We can begin to query blockchain details by setting up a query.js folder inside of our project. So now we will want to open Visual Studio Code, make sure we're in our project, create folder, query.js, enter. And then let's go grab the code that we will populate this folder with. And then save. This might look familiar to you. Starting from the top, you can see that we import NEAR JavaScript API .env and then create a new client instance using near.connect. This might look familiar to you. Starting from the top, you can see that we import NEAR JavaScript API .env and then create a new client instance using near.connect. This establishes the connection of our NEAR node. Alright, let's get moving on to the querying part. Fetching node status. Let's start by getting more information about the NEAR blockchain. In the query.js file we just created, under line 1 get status, let's add this snippet below. Go ahead and copy that. Let's go over here, get status, and Control S to save. And then let's run the code node query.js. You'll run that in the terminal, hit enter. Looks good. And it did. You should see a similar response to this, and that's exactly what we got. There's plenty of useful information in the output, like the node software version, which you might need to check before making any other calls. You can also see the sync information, like latest block time and latest block height. This is very useful information to make sure the NEAR JavaScript API you use is compatible with the node you're connecting to. Good job! Now that you have more information about the blockchain and the node, we can start checking some of the blocks available in the blockchain. Let's add the following snippet and run the code. This is going to go under get the latest block, get the block number. So we'll just highlight both of those, hit Control V, and then Control S. You should see a similar output, so we need to run it again. Let's go up here, get the node query.js. And there it is. You should see a similar output to this. And we did. We have fetched the last available block along with a block at a specific height. There's a lot of information available in the output, such as block height, its epoch, previous block info or hash, and the timestamp. You can also determine what the gas price was by looking at gas_price attribute. Each block has a block prosper producer field that references the validator account. All blocks must be approved by a consensus of validators on the network. You can find a list of public keys for such validators in the approvals attribute. Fetching validators. Let's get the current validator set for the network. Add the following snippet to the query.js and run the code. All right, we're going to add it under there. And then we're going to run the code again. That's the node query.js. There's our output. You should see an output similar to this, and we do. A validator set is a group of network validator nodes that perform block creation and validation. In the output above, you can see a list of current validators at the latest block, current_validators. Validators for the next epoch, next_validators. The most important metric for a validator is its efficiency, and we can easily determine that value by looking at num_produced_blocks and num_expected_blocks. Ideally, the efficiency should be at 100% produced versus expected blocks, but depending on the network conditions and other factors, these values could go down by as much as 10%, and if the validator's efficiency is lower than 90%, it gets booted from the current set. Now let's fetch the account. Let's get our own account status, add the following snippet, and run that same code again. And that code is node. And there we go. There's our output. Let's see if it matches. It does. So now let's fetch our gas price. We can add this code under here. Control S. And then run it, and we'll see if we get that short output. Yep, there it is. Excellent. Making RPC calls. In the example above, we used a direct RPC call to fetch the information we need. While the NEAR JavaScript API provides the majority of functions that you might need for basic operations, like block fetching, transaction issuing, balance checks, etc., it is important to know your options. To make an RPC call, you run the code like, for example, if you want to fetch a block by height, the RPC call might look like this. You can see a list of all available methods in the NEAR documentation, so make sure you take a look at that. All right, that brings us to the end of the tutorial. So like always, we're going to go over here to query the NEAR blockchain under the DataHub FIgment.io and click verify. Awesome, that's what we're looking for. Congratulations, now you know how to query a NEAR node with DataHub to get information you need. For more queries, please refer to the NEAR RPC and NEAR JavaScript API documentation. Being able to query a NEAR node is fun, but wouldn't it be great if you could not only read but also write to the blockchain? In the next tutorial, we will explore the use of transactions in order to write to the blockchain state. As always, if you had any difficulties following this tutorial or simply want to discuss NEAR tech, you can join our community today in the Discord link down below. I look forward to seeing you there, and until next time, happy coding.